I'm nervous.
Me too.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
We're just going to jump right in. I have some good topics.
It's so funny. I just feel weird, dude.
I feel amazing.
Okay,
I can't
good.
wait.
Okay, good. Okay.
We're going to have such a good time.
I can't wait for that to happen. Okay. Hello and welcome to Did You Mean to Say That? The podcast where we did not mean to say that. I'm your co-host, Erin.
And I'm your co-host, Bobby. And welcome back to episode 5.
Oh, we're like really doing it. I don't know what to say today.
We are coming in this hot with nothing. But
Okay.
my topics are a little lame. Unfortunately, there's no drama in my life recently.
That's not unfortunate. We're getting back on track.
Getting back on track.
Like this podcast was not meant to be.
It was never supposed to be.
It was never supposed to be that. So when we don't have drama, this episode is like what an episode is supposed to be, I guess. But I actually do have drama, so just like don't worry about it.
Do you want to jump
It's
right
my
in?
time. No, I don't want to
Okay.
jump in. Bobby's been saying all week, like, I don't have any topics. And I'm like, I do. It's literally so fine. I have so many topics. And now we're about to film, and I'm like, I don't have anything to say. And Bobby's like, it's fine. I have so much to say. And I don't know if either of us have anything to say.
I have nothing.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The first thing that we need to discuss is obviously we tagged ourselves in Guts tracks last week before it came out.
Okay.
Want to talk about if those were true. Yours was Getting Back, exclamation point.
And yeah, I would say, how do you feel about the album?
Oh, I love the album. I'm going to do a full review on TikTok.
Okay.
I asked my audience if they would like that, and 300 people were like, yeah. 300 people viewed it. You don't? Oh my God. I did not expect that from you. I'm having such a good time with it.
I'm having a good time with a handful.
There's a couple throwaway tracks, but like...
I don't love Pretty Isn't Pretty because, like, I'm just not a teenage girl. I'm sorry. But I can relate to, like, the sentiment, you know?
Yeah,
but
I
just
don't care
love
about
it.
that one. That one's also that's one of the throwaways for me, for sure.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the songs are slow songs. Or at least start slow and stuff. So, like, All American Bitch, I love. Bad Idea Right, my favorite on the album. Then Vampire, my second favorite on the album. Lacey, I don't love.
I love it.
Ballad of a Homeschool Girl, haven't
Love
listened to it
it.
that much. Making the Bed is
Love it.
fine.
Love it.
Logical, slow
Love
and boring.
it.
Getting Back, love. Love is Embarrassing, I do love that song, and I relate to
Don't care about that song. That's so funny.
The Grudge, I think, is about Taylor Swift.
Me too, and I don't care about it.
I like it, but
The
yeah,
Grudge
I don't
is just
care.
driver's license.
Pretty Isn't Pretty, don't care, and Teenage Dream, don't care.
I love Teenage Dream, and I don't care about... I actually love like all of them except like 2. Which means in a few weeks I will love all of them.
Yeah,
so
same.
I was either All American Bitch or Teenage Dream, and both of those are absolutely accurate for me. All American Bitch is my favorite song on the album by far, besides like the singles, which I just think like, you know, sometimes when you listen to an album, like the singles have gotten annoying or like they just sound more like me, you know, whatever. Like singles are almost never my favorite songs on an album once an album comes out.
Right.
But in this case, like Vampire is just
Bad Idea Right is
insane,
a
and Bad
bop.
Idea Right is so good. And yeah, that's our little short review, but follow me on TikTok. I'm going to do a full review of it.
Reluctant
I
User.
love it. And obviously, yeah, Reluctant User 24. No, I changed my name. It's just misunderstood like everything else.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, tune in next week for when Bobby loves it.
Yep, that was my only topic.
My topics are so fucking funny. Like, just seeing them is like, these aren't topics. I have like 6 topics, so we can just both talk about my topics. But 2 of them are so dumb, I don't want to talk about them.
I'm off to a rough start. I need to get my head in the game.
Yeah, true. One of my topics, like, I don't even know if I can talk about this, but I almost want to just say that I wrote it down because it's so funny. I don't know. It's not even a topic.
What is it?
Okay, so last week when I was like, what if we played this little game where there's like a list of like 10 things and you say how afraid of them you are. Mm-hmm. And we were like, that's dumb, whatever.
Yep.
But then I was reminded of one of my most irrational fears, and it's so funny. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I have a deep-seated fear of old recordings.
You've said this before.
I've said this before. And so Phil's put on this documentary, and then within 2 minutes of it being on, fell asleep. And it was like, it's called like Spy Ops or something, and it's like a docu-series about, like, each episode is about like from like CIA agents or like spies perspective, like talking about a situation. And the literal first episode was 9/11 and then like the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. And they were just playing so many old recordings. And like, obviously 9/11 is an eerier thing.
It's not funny.
Sorry. But like, just any old recording, I'm horrified of, even if the subject matter isn't scary. Like, literally, old recordings of Martin Luther King's. Oh, it's horrifying. It scares the absolute fucking shit out of me. I want to know if anyone else feels this way or knows what I'm talking about.
I am the opposite. Like, my YouTube sleep playlist is like old TV shows from the 40s or like radio shows, but it's staticky and it's raining in the background. No thunder. I'm not kidding.
I'm not. When I tell you that I would have vivid nightmares if I did that.
I think I do.
Sorry,
No, I don't.
no,
I
you
don't.
It's not like something people should be afraid of, and I wish I knew like what it was.
I love it. It's like such a classic vibey feel to me.
It gives me the absolute most unsettled feeling, like nails on a chalkboard, but in like a scary way, like a witch's nails.
We should like exposure therapy live.
Oh,
Just kidding. I'm not gonna play it. But if you ever spent the night, you would die.
I won't.
Well, yeah, I don't know why you would, but if you ever needed to, you could.
Just if you ever needed to, you could. Well, could you just like not put those on for one night? Like, could you fall asleep to like Rain, No Thunder?
I fall asleep to TV shows a lot.
Yeah, I'm a Rain, No Thunder girl.
Yeah.
I just like,
can
I
fall
like
asleep.
to have a
I just
sound.
need noise. Like, it doesn't
I
matter.
know. I turn my bathroom fan on, and then sometimes I also have to turn the rain on my TV. Mm-hmm. But then I get scared. I'm scared. I'm a scary girl. Like, I'm so scared of everything. Every single night, I'm like so scared that someone's gonna come in my room.
That sucks.
I know. Sometimes when I have all those noises playing, I get scared, like, oh, if there is someone in here, I won't hear them. And I'll get like startled and it'll be too late.
Maybe that's the only downside of having separate rooms from your boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. If I get like too scared, I'll just go in there. But I'm so much more comfortable in my own bed. And like, I have like a thing. I can't even sleep in the same room as another person, let alone a bed. Like, I just literally won't sleep. There's something like so unsettling about someone else being like awake when I'm asleep, or like just maybe something happened to me as a child. Everything that I'm saying, I'm like, wait.
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's so hard for me to fall asleep with people in my bed.
I mean, I think that's pretty normal. Yeah, I get like
full-size
scared.
I
literally have a king. I don't even know my boyfriend's there. I could roll over twice and he wouldn't even be there, and I'm still like, I can't do it. But yeah, like my cat will like open my door in the middle of the night, and our doors are really squeaky and creaky, and so I'll just wake up to the sound of like, and then all I can see is like darkness, and I'm like, what if someone's there?
And it's terrifying.
I know, I'm scared of the dark.
Yeah.
Not Zora's coming into the...
Huh?
Where are you gonna go?
Wherever she fucking won.
This is Zora. You can't be on the podcast, sweetie. That was just a funny little thing that I wrote down, which I thought would be funny to share. The fact that I even wrote that down as a topic. Mm-hmm. Loved that. Over the fist bumps.
No, it's my new thing. I was going to say that.
Oh.
When we were watching our last episode and I fist bumped you, I was like, I was about to be like, that's my new thing. I love fist bumps. It's like such a sign of like,
it's so
camaraderie.
Funny. Yeah, for sure.
I'm so embarrassed to be here today.
Stop. My other topic was explain the VMAs to me like I'm 5, because I didn't watch them, but then I found out that you also didn't watch them.
I saw enough on Twitter.
Okay, then tell me about them.
Taylor Swift was drunk.
Hammered. I did see that.
And it was so funny.
Well, I saw clips of the audience. I saw a little clip of Olivia's performance. So that's one of my topics is leave Selena the fuck alone. What the fuck do you want people to do?
Uh-huh.
They're there for like 3 fucking hours after being on the carpet for like an hour or whatever the fuck, being placed in a car with a stranger. I found out, like, you arrive to the VMAs or like award shows, like they pair you with people to be in the car with.
Like an escort type deal.
No, like Tana was saying she was with the City Girls. Like they put you in a car.
Well, no, Tana went with a sponsorship, like a certain sponsorship. That's why she went with the
I'm
City
pretty sure
Girls.
that still happens sometimes, like because they just want
Yeah, probably.
people to arrive, certain people to arrive at the same time, and like
But
they have a
But like Selena Gomez.
yeah, probably not had her own car, but they put you next to random people. So she's just with whoever by herself, besties over there, drunk as fuck with ice.
I was
Spice,
wondering why they didn't sit together.
because they don't choose.
Right.
You don't get to choose where you sit at award shows. That's why people are always next to the weirdest people, and then they have all the seat fillers.
Yeah, for sure.
God, to be invited as a seat filler.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's one of my dreams. I don't know how it happens, but I love it. But
I would love to
people
go to, like,
have
the
been like
iHeart.
ripping Selena to shreds because of her like reactions or lack thereof, or like being on her phone or whatever. And it's like they're there for so long. Like, and if you just record someone for 3 hours, like at some point they're gonna be not smiling, not engaged, not excited, texting, like
Yeah. Unless
you
you're
just
Taylor, who's wasted.
literally wasted. I think she does coke. That's a fan theory that I have.
That would make sense, maybe.
Yeah. It just looked like some of her mannerisms, and she kept like fucking with her nose and like sniffing. I think she does coke. So that was my topic, is leave Selena alone. And for you to tell me what happened at the VMAs.
Everyone looked amazing.
Yeah, really good.
Selena Gomez was...
She looked so good.
She looked amazing. Taylor looked amazing. Chloe Halle looked amazing. Chloe and Halle, if you will. They're not just one thing.
I've made it onto Beyonce Twitter, and obviously Beyonce's subsequent Twitter is Chloe and Halle Twitter. So I'm like also on Chloe and Halle Twitter, and like fans think that she's pregnant. I don't remember which one. I think Halle.
Yeah, it's Halle. But I don't think she is.
I just don't give a fuck. My whole timeline right now is like, is she pregnant? And I'm like, ugh, how did I get here? Once again, get me out of this corner of the internet. My algorithms are messed up right now. My TikTok algorithm is just TikTok shop. Every single you don't
What does
even
that
you
mean?
don't even know about TikTok. Just forget that part.
Guys, I'm not really a TikToker. I have some videos.
Yeah, you have some really funny videos. I just wish you were like on it more, and we could like.
I'm not like, oh, I'm not on TikTok. But like, I just like, when I scroll, it's just like,
Never stop.
no, it's just like, I'm like, this is, everything's so like cheesy and like,
You just gotta get a better algorithm.
maybe I have like a fine algorithm. I find funny stuff, but like, it's like one funny thing out of like 10 videos. I'm like, this is just a waste of my time.
What are the other videos like?
I don't know. Should we look?
Yeah.
Let's look at my For You.
Let's look at Bobby's TikTok live. What do you think the first video is going to be when you pull it up? Hold on. Of
Olivia
course.
Rodrigo. Like, what does this mean? You know, my inner child fucked up. I started crying for a sec to shadow work. Like, this is so boring. I could die.
Well, now they have no idea who you are. They're just confused. They're just throwing things out there.
Now that's funny. I'm too small to be here. Something has to change right now.
I know.
Let me vape. I just don't have much to say.
I know.
And that sucks.
Yeah. Well, okay. You've seen the Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher stuff, I presume. Okay, so they made their apology video after writing character statements for the rapist, whose name I don't know or care about.
Yeah.
The guy from that 70s show. But it's like weird. Okay, so I found a little conspiracy theory about it that I'm into.
Okay.
Okay. So someone pointed out, when you're in Scientology with the rape, which the rapist is,
Right.
and he's like a pretty high ranking member.
Okay.
When you're a pretty high ranking member in Scientology, they'll like protect you at all costs. And they would like, they're very serious about like their image. And like, one, they will fight tooth and nail if you've been accused of something, because appearances, optics, whatever. And they like vet like anything. Like, so I read a theory that the Scientology, and they're very powerful, like there's so much we don't know about them. And I just know that like, especially in Hollywood, like some weird shit happens. Someone said that the Church of Scientology would have never let those character statements be submitted to court without like vetting them very heavily and like changing the wording. And like, I don't know if people feel like they can say no to the Church of Scientology. Like, they just are fucked up and weird. Like, I feel like they will like kill your family if you fuck up, or like type vibes.
So you think they were forced to make
I don't know if they were forced to write the character statements, but they could have been. One, this is just a theory. They literally could just be terrible people and been like, that's our friend, don't send him to jail for raping people. And then the apology video was also horrible. It could be that, easily. Probably 70% is that. Not toxic gossip train. But either they were forced to write it, or it was like edited heavily. Like, those weren't the words that they wrote, and like whatever. Then someone said the video that they put out was also littered with Scientology terminology, like the type of verbiage that they use. And he said that, it looks like they're literally reading a script. It looks like there's a gun to their fucking head. Like, it's something weird. Like, they just look fucking weird. And someone was saying like there's like a Scientologist person probably like wrote that script and made them say that. Like, it all seems very like Scientology coded.
Or they're Scientologists.
Or they're Scientologists themselves as well. That would be crazy. So,
because they say the guy that played Eric, I don't know his real...
Topher Grace.
Love him. He
doesn't fuck with any of them. Yeah.
I take it back. That's fucked. But, wow.
Wow.
By golly. By golly darn it. Guys, we were watching our last episode, and I was saying how I wanted to be more wholesome in this episode.
I'm not doing that shit.
And we're going to see how long it lasts.
But we were watching it back, and he's like, we're never going to be monetized. Like, we literally say, like, shit, fuck, goddamn, I want to kill myself, like, every 10 seconds.
He said it again.
I know.
And he did it at my birthday dinner.
I'm
not having a birthday dinner. I hate birthday dinners. No offense to everyone.
Bobby hates birthday dinners, I found out. And me too, after my last one. So, should we tell the story of my... I actually can't relive that.
No.
Yeah, I'll never tell that story.
My sister and I retold the whole story to my mom, like...
recently. I had a horrible 28th birthday, and I'll just say that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I hope I don't.
28 and 21 were the worst birthdays of my life.
I might have another bad birthday.
Don't.
Well, I'm gonna not.
Cool. So you won't. But don't.
Just kidding, it'll be fine.
We're gonna have so much fun.
I'm seeing Lana Del Rey tomorrow night, like 24 hours from now.
Even if the 15th isn't the best, like the 14th is already, what a great birthday. But the 15th is gonna be so fun, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm excited.
My other topic, I don't know if we want to talk about it.
Is it dark?
A little, yeah. Not dark, but like, I just feel like eventually we're gonna get into this, and
Oh no.
it was just about the friend having the spiritual awakening. Like, when was yours? And then you could talk about Young Life and...
Young Life?
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Are you talking about spiritual awakening?
No, I meant to say, like,
Really?
when did you realize it was all bullshit? So our friend is having, like, a crisis, if you will. Like, an awakening in the sense of when you wake up one day and you realize everything you've ever been told was a lie. So that's been crazy, and I was wondering, like, when yours was, or, like, what your vibes were with it.
Well, are you ready?
Yeah.
It's a story.
I can't wait.
I was hanging out with Jason before we were dating, and we did mushrooms, and it was the first time I ever did them. He was talking about how...
Not Jason coming up 2 episodes in a row.
I know,
That's
that
crazy.
sucks.
Who gives a fuck?
But... No one.
I'll bleep his name this time. Actually, you know what? We were at our friend's baby shower, and Chloe told us, as a viewer, we should come up with aliases for people. Because when we bleep things out, it's too hard to follow. But that's so many people to give aliases for. Some people's names I'm just going to bleep out. Some people's names I'm going to keep. But, like, what would Jason's alias be? Which, like, this isn't the point of aliases. Okay, so you were on mushrooms with Ian.
Oh, my God. And he was like, when you die, you just, like, it all goes black. Like, there's nothing. Like, it's just blah, blah, blah. And I threw up and passed out.
I was about to say, wait, am I about to have a panic attack on the podcast?
Yeah, I threw up and, like, kind of, like, fainted because it stressed me out. And then, like, a few months later, when I went home for the summer, Marie and I were like having these like deep ass like just like stoner talks, like whoa, like, and because we both grew up Catholic, so we were just like,
Oh, wow.
holy shit.
I thought
And
you
then
were-
like later down in life, like
I thought you were gonna talk about like something with Young Life. I figured that would have been like a moment for you.
no. Young Life was more of a social thing for me, I think, and more of a like Proverbs 69, you know, like just like getting the vibes, but not like I wasn't like I feel God in
Proverbs 69 is so funny. I feel God in this Chili's tonight at 8.
I feel God at this Timberwolf camp tonight.
Oh my God.
Well, if you want me to talk about Young Life, I have a whole vlog about it on my channel.
Oh yeah, Bobby has a vlog about Young Life on his channel. I'll click it right there.
Yeah, so just watch that.
Yeah, so I have like religious trauma that I'm definitely like working through. I was raised non-denominational, which is just code for
Christian.
whatever religion you are. I don't know. And my grandparents were Baptist, and my grandfather was a Baptist preacher. If you know, you know. So like a Baptist cosplaying as non-denominational is just like hilarious. And my other grandparents were so religious, and my parents, because they were so young and then they got divorced so soon, like I was with my grandparents like a lot, like both my sets of grandparents like helped raise me. And so anyway, yeah, I have religious trauma as fuck. And like I feel like I always knew, but my like awakening was when I was like 19, and it was like it was wild.
It was like exactly when my
Yeah, and I started like reading the Bible and was like,
it's crazy.
hold on. What'd you just say? I'm like going back like, what was that? What was that?
I had to go to religion classes like
Me
once
too.
a week.
Me too.
All through grade school.
I
play
had to go
basketball for the church.
to,
And do you know how many people that were at St. Max are now in prison?
is there like an actual number?
I would say 3 that I know of, yeah. The music director, because Annie
For,
and I
is
were
it all
in,
for like molesting children?
yeah, and like porn and shit.
Yeah.
Corn.
We can say it on YouTube, just not on TikTok.
Not in my rebrand.
Oh, Bobby's rebranding as brand friendly, and I'm not, so.
I have to be.
You're going to be on YouTube.
Hey guys, we're back and better than ever. We worked out and danced to some Taylor Swift to try to get our heads back in the game.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. Sometimes the podcast trails off at the end, sometimes it trails off at the beginning, you know? And sometimes
I would say this was
we
like
never
the
had
middle
it.
end.
I think we never had it. So we got up, we smoked again, and now I'm just like high as fuck. I don't know how that's gonna go.
We can't say that.
Yes, I can. I can say whatever I want. So before we left, before we zoned fully out, we were talking about religious trauma, and I don't really know where I was going with that.
Well, I do have something to say on that. I don't really have religious trauma. The Young Life thing was like fucked up to me, but like it doesn't like my parents
Sorry.
weren't strictly Catholic and they don't even go to church anymore. I hope my grandma's not watching this because my dad wouldn't want her to know that.
I
But
doubt it.
my dad like
I doubt that your
I asked
grandma's
him like
watching
within the
this.
past few years because he always had like Catholic guilt, you know, because like his mom, my grandma, was like so strict.
I do have religious trauma, as it
Oh
turns
yeah, I'm
out.
so sorry. Go on.
And it's bad. Like it's really bad. It's like,
Like,
one of
in
the things
what
I'm
way?
talking about in therapy. Oh God, that's so multi-layered. But the funny thing is, I have this bestie on TikTok that I'm obsessed with, who's ex-Mormon, and now she's dating a woman, potentially polyamorous. I feel like she said she has multiple partners before, but I can't remember. It's just awesome. She's gearing up to tell her full story on TikTok, like per my request. And I need you guys all to tap in, and I'll give you her name.
I know some
I literally
ex-Mormons.
can't
It's
wait
a
to see her
crazy
story.
life.
It's wild. But anyway, mine is so multi-layered. I'd say the main thing that I deal with today is I think a lot of my anxiety stems from it. My family was just very much focused, and I feel like even my church, like just really focused on like the sinning aspect of it and not like loveness, forgiveness, loveness? No, like love,
I'm like,
forgiveness. Love, patience, peace, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control vibes.
Right.
It was more like fear and sin and whatever. So I developed a lot of guilt and a lot of just like fear that I was sinning, and like that carried into my teenage years and my like adulthood of just feeling like certain things are like wrong to do, and so I get really bad anxiety when I do them. I think that could be a root of my drinking anxiety and like why I get sick.
That really surprises me about you.
I
feel like
know.
you're like I don't give a fuck type bitch.
I've worked so hard to overcome it, but it's like I still believe that it is like the deepest root of my anxiety, because I was also told, this is so fucked up. My other grandma once told me when I was like 6 years old, because I didn't want to go on a cruise because I was scared, which I still am, that fear is sin. And so if you're afraid, that's a sin. So I'm 6, I'm afraid of things.
You can't just like boogeyman sin. You
Well,
know?
can you imagine? Like, think about all the things you're already afraid of as a 6-year-old. Then every time I would get scared, then I would get scared that was a sin. So it just started this whole loop of literal anxiety of just like freaking out. And then the other thing that caused a lot of my anxiety was the idea that just of blind faith. Like, I didn't have it. And I felt like that was a sin. And like, and so I had a lot of anxiety. Like, when I would have anxiety or when I would be scared of something, I would be like, why am I scared of things? Like, I should just be able to trust in God, and then I wouldn't feel this way. And then I'd freak out like,
So
oh my
it's,
God,
like,
I'm going to
all
go to
connected.
hell because I don't have faith in God. I don't believe in him enough. Crazy shit. But I never did. Like, my entire upbringing, like, I always knew, like, and the manipulative ass part of religion is they just tell you to like bury that doubt. Like, just, it's a sin if you feel that way, or like you just have to try harder, or like whatever. And that's so fucked. So like my spiritual awakening was like fucked up, because I was like trying to like unlearn everything they taught me and like combat all the anxiety that came along with starting to have more doubts and really solidifying, like going the other way, came with so much anxiety, because I was taught that was like so wrong that I was going to go to hell for it.
Gotcha.
So at 19, it was a lot.
Wow.
A lot. But if you're struggling with that, just go ahead and pop open the First Testament of the Bible, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I don't believe in this shit.
Yeah, I was always kind of a rebel. I really was. Like, I was raised Catholic and stuff, but my parents, first of all, like, I never had anything like that where they were telling me, like...
Catholicism is crazy because, like...
It was all within the preaching, but not, like... I don't know.
Well, Catholicism can be very strict, but it can also be, like, super relaxed. Like, there are a bunch of people who are like, yeah, we're Catholic, but, like, they've never taken their family to church. They don't practice anything. Like... They're Catholic because they drink a lot and they like to gamble. I don't know. Like, they love like the little festivals and
I
like
love
whatever.
the like peel fruit ones. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Of course I do. I love a good Catholic festival. They're the best kind.
I mean, St. Max Festival,
just
iconic.
St. John's even. I'll raise you.
Wow. My first Monster Energy drink.
Was that St. John's?
I thought it was so cool. You have
My
no idea.
first, what was my first at St. John's? Probably nothing. My first kiss was at Kings Island though, which is cute.
Mine was at the Union Center Bash with a boy. My first kiss with a girl was at the creek in my neighborhood. And then this other girl that I was friends with got mad that I kissed the other girl, Chloe Thomas. I kissed Chloe Thomas first. She was my first kiss, literally.
Every story that Bobby tells me about a girl he used to date is a girl that's now his best friend, and it's so funny.
It's so cute.
It is
except
so
for,
cute. And they all like, there was like drama over Bobby being their boyfriend. Like,
Can you imagine?
these girls were ready to literally kill for Bobby. Like,
I got my karma because I was an asshole. I was just like a little player.
you literally weren't an asshole. You were gay. Like, you didn't like them.
Where was I going with that?
Who knows? I don't remember what we're talking about.
I don't either.
How do you segue out of religious drama?
We should say a Hail Mary.
Our Father who art in heaven.
That's the Our Father. Hail Mary.
That's the Lord's
full of-
Prayer. I don't know Hail
Right.
Mary. I'm not Catholic.
Oh, I had to memorize all of them. You would get in so much trouble. When I went to, like, confirmation,
Yeah.
you would have to have, like, one-on-ones with, like, different priests. I had to have, like, an interview, and I told him I don't know if I believe in God.
Uh-oh.
And he was pissed. He was so mean, and my parents were kind of, like, weirded out that he was so mean, I think. But he was rude. And then I went to Young Life, and they told me I couldn't be gay, or I would never have a fulfilled life. And maybe... I'm just kidding. I have a...
I know. That's just so funny.
I'm like, wait a second.
Imagine they were right. Imagine they were all right. Should we be Christians?
Well, sometimes I think about that. I'm like, what if, like, that is right? But, like, what...
I think about that a lot. Like, what if... But I think it's just ignorance is bliss vibes. Like, if you just... when you believe in God that much, or you have blind faith, or you have like this set of morals, like you're basically running on autopilot. Like nothing's real. So life probably is great and fulfilling for people like that. Like it's just like for people like that, like 90% of the world. But like,
and I think it like provides a lot of comfort in terms of like death, because death is like
I think
the
that's
most like
the main reason anyone came up with it.
no, exactly.
It's literally like, one, I'm scared of what happens when we die. We need to come up with something. Two, it's like Santa Claus with kids. It's like, how do we get people to
behave
and tell them do good things, and we'll decide what those good things are and go here, or do bad things and we'll decide what those bad things are or go here. And I've always said that.
And I think I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but my philosophy in life is like, I place way more value in like how you treat others and like how you are as a person, rather than I'm doing these like set of rules.
We talk about this a lot. And I was actually just watching Brittany Broski on a podcast talking about this.
I love Brittany Broski.
Love her.
I would die for her.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, I would.
Mine's like pretty new. It's like last week. You would fuck her?
No, I was.
Oh, you're bleeping out die. We can't even say that.
No. Golly gee whiskers.
That
I love her. That stinks. One of my Horcruxes just died when he said that. One of my multiple personalities.
When he said that stuff. Okay, well, we talk about this a lot, and like she was talking about it, and I think about it a lot. It's like, I think that people who are good people who don't believe in God are way better people than good people who believe in God, because you are only exactly like you're only a good person because you think you have to be, or because you're afraid of going to hell.
It's all about intention.
Or like someone else had to tell you what your morals should be. And it's like,
and a lot of them are fucked up within the
I mean, of course that
religion.
too, but I'm just saying, like, I don't have to be told what's right and wrong. I don't have to be told how to be nice to people, or like,
well, I'm just kidding.
Because of me being a bitch.
Yeah.
Refer to episode 2. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be told how to love people, or just like why I should, or
it comes
like
from the heart.
Exactly, like
And some
do
people
this
don't
or
have a
else,
heart.
or like,
and it's scary. We'll get into that next time, but
people who don't have hearts.
like, yeah, like just people that really have bad intentions and stuff. Like, I do fucked up shit sometimes, but like it's not like ill intentioned. Like, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. Like, I'm mostly hurting myself. You know what I mean? And it just makes me sad and scared that people can just literally do willy-nilly. Just like people that scam people, or like people that like...
I love a good scammer. My thing about scammers is I just like...
What do you mean your thing about scams?
I love a little scam.
No.
I know.
People, scalpers, people taking advantage of people.
I know. Well, resellers, I think, should be under hell. Like, you get to the ground floor of hell and then like keep going. That's where you should put resellers.
Well, you can't have it both ways.
I can, and then scammers should be in heaven because it's so funny.
Right, but do we believe in heaven and hell, or do we not?
No, I'm just kidding. I was just using
it's just
it
a
as
metaphor.
Like it's just a metaphor. I just I know that this is wrong, and like I do know that like it's so sad, and it's so sad for people it happens to, and like if it happens to me, I would literally, you know,
willikers.
But like I have so much respect for the scammer. Like
I don't.
I know.
Like, what do you mean you have respect for someone
Just
that
like,
literally rips someone off for their hard-earned
get your
money?
bag. Like, that's like a level of down bad, and a level of creativity,
theft.
and a
That's
level
theft.
of, well, you know how I feel about theft. I don't care about theft, but like,
No, that's a different kind of theft. Like, steal a lip gloss from Target. Like, good for you.
steal
but
from
like,
Target and Kroger and Walmart.
Like, someone trying to get, like, I don't know, just literally anything that they're, like, paying
I know,
for.
I'm literally kidding, but like, you know what I
I'm getting
mean? Like,
heated.
don't you
Written
just
by
have,
Drake.
don't Drake wrote Heated.
We covered that in the car, too.
Do you know what I mean? You do?
Sora does.
My cat meows. She feels me. You know what I mean, though?
I think everybody should just do what they want.
But you know what I mean, like about a scammer.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like some of these scams I hear. Oh my god, Bobby doesn't want to vape on camera anymore either. Like,
I'm not even vaping. I'm brushing my teeth.
what the fuck? It's just like sometimes you see a scam or you hear about a scam and you're like, how did you come up with this kind of a sleigh? But you know how I say kind of a sleigh? Mm-hmm. It's like kind of a sleigh.
Yeah,
but like derogatory. We have a whole notes app in our friend group that we shared that's like stupid shit we all say. I think someday we should just like read through that and like explain all of our funny little bits. That's why I made it, because there's this girl on TikTok that does that and she's so fucking funny. And I was like, wait, we do that. So I was going to make a TikTok, but then we started the podcast and I was like, it'd be funny to like talk about them together.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. So we could either do that or we could talk about my toxic traits. We're either going to do something fun or we're going to do something not fun.
Do you want to do not fun?
I don't know. I feel like this episode's already been so not fun, but I also like want to address it.
Let's go.
Okay. So we've gone back and forth about whether or not I was going to talk about this. It's fine now. And like, that's what I was saying, was if it becomes fine by the time we film, I'll talk about it. My boyfriend and I got in a fight. Like, whatever. Over, like, it is funny. Like, when you really boil it down to like what happened and you say that out loud, it's like, bitch, we got in a fight over a COVID test. Like, truthfully, genuinely, that is what started it. And then it turned into like an actual fight. And like, we don't fight very often. And one of my toxic traits is like, I'm so all or nothing thinking, which I think is just a symptom of ADHD. But like, when something happens with anyone, not with anyone, but like kind of with anyone on a smaller scale, like when anything happens with any boyfriend I've ever had, it's like, oh, I'm done. I'm breaking up. We're done. I'm over it. Like, I can't do this anymore over like the minorest inconvenience. It happens way less with my friends, but there are definitely times where I get in an argument with my friends and I'm like, why am I even friends with them? I'm over this. I'm done with this. That's insane. Like, that's fucking insane. It's not like that. Like, yeah, no, it was to the point where I was like, I don't even know if we can be together if he doesn't take this COVID test. Just kidding. It wasn't. It was way deeper than that.
The COVID test was like a symbol.
A catalyst.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know if I want to talk about this on the podcast. Like, this is literally my boyfriend of 6 years. We lived together.
And I said,
like,
what the fuck? Because if you've watched all the other episodes, I'm pouring my heart out, but she said it's different because they've been together forever, and she's right.
Yeah, this is my boyfriend of 6 years.
He would never watch, and I don't think he would ever watch.
It's really not about him seeing it. Like, we talked about this.
You just don't want to air shit out because you respect him and love him.
Yeah, like, that's my boyfriend of 6 years.
I'm not like used to things like that, so I'm just saying.
It's just like, if this was a situation with a guy that I had just started seeing or like whatever, like I would tell that story in a heartbeat. Or like if I was single and I had stories that were just going on, I would literally air that shit out every week. I'll air anything out about myself, but like I don't need to put like the intimate details of my relationship on blast because like, one, he's just not that type of person. Like, he's much more private than me and like has always said like I would never want to be famous. And I'm like, oops. Well, when I get famous, you're gonna have to be famous too. But now I think he kind of wants to be a little bit.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Like if we became like a YouTube couple or like whatever, like he would be like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I know, exactly. So when we get famous, Phils, you can come on here and defend yourself for why you didn't take that COVID test. I want to kill myself.
He was sick, and she had a COVID test that she bought and placed it in front of him right where we're sitting, I imagine.
Yeah, he wouldn't take a COVID test. That's it. Obviously, that's not it, but like it was wild. And then we had to have a really long talk today about like some other shit. And like the thing is, like, I don't need to air his toxic traits out on the podcast.
For sure, but give me a general gist of how the talk went because I haven't heard anything.
The talk went great. He was sad, like really sad, and that made me feel like bad. Like I think he maybe was crying in his room. Like just the way he was texting seemed like he was really upset. And he's sick. So like we're maybe texting from he's literally just sniffing.
Yeah.
We're texting from literally 2 different rooms with our doors closed. I'm like,
it's like Romeo and Juliet. If Romeo and Juliet had different rooms in the same apartment.
If Romeo and Juliet stayed alive, didn't kill themselves, and just had 2 separate bedrooms in their 2-bedroom, 2-bed things that would give Romeo and Juliet a stroke. Fighting over taking a COVID test and texting about it from 2 separate bedrooms in your 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment.
Shakespeare would have a field day with that storyline.
So the gist of the conversation was he was like sad, and I was just like, well, I'm sad that you're sad, but like we need to work on this. We need to work through this. And I obviously every single time that literally like a few weeks ago, I texted you guys and said, Phil's won't let me open his mail should I break up with him. Like, that's what I'm on. Like, I think
That's
we
a
should.
felony. I'm just saying.
My boyfriend won't let me commit felonies. Should we break up?
Right.
Honestly, though,
But that's
yeah.
what I'm
like,
on.
let me
I
commit.
don't give a
Let me
fuck.
commit a felony.
I don't give a golly
Fucking
hoot.
douchebag. It was me saying fucking douchebag at the same time that you
A
said
golly hoot is what I said.
golly hoot.
I'm trying to be more family
I'm
friendly.
crying. A golly hoot. Oh my god.
Just call me the Tigger movie. Do you know why?
Because it's the first movie I ever cried at. It's the
Oh
saddest
no, just
film
because
in
I
the
made
world.
you cry, yeah.
Yeah, literally, exactly. It's literally the saddest film I've ever seen.
I was sobbing at Fox and the Hound, I think. And my parents thought I was like hurt because they left me alone in the room to watch it by myself. And they
Thought I
came
was
in,
hurt.
and I was like, they left him alone in the woods. And that's kind of my vibe still. Was I coddled?
Yes.
Is that the prob? No, I don't think that's a prob. I don't have a problem. I'm fine.
Oh my god. Don't do that.
I'm just kidding.
That's not what
I'm
this
gaslighting
podcast
our
is about.
viewers.
Can you remember what I was saying?
The male shit.
The male
The male
shit, how I
shit.
always want to break up. But the thing about this particular toxic trait, which I'm not going to air out, is this is what I was saying to him this morning, was like, I used to have a lot of that, and I've worked really hard on not having that. So I totally empathize with like why you are that way. And like I don't really know what to say to get you to not be that way, because like I'm not really sure what I did, but like here's whatever. And I was like, I'm not perfect. Like I know I still do this, but like this was my main thing. This is what made him so sad. I'm sorry, babe. Just basically how like I don't want to ever feel like I'm not growing. And like that was a big thing in my life that I worked really hard to get past. And if you're not working hard to get past it, sometimes I can feel like I'm reverting back to it. And I can't do that for myself. Like I very much, my number one thing is like growing, learning, improving, like whatever. And if I feel like you're making me revert back to old tendencies or like holding me back at all, like I won't be able to do this.
For sure.
And that made him like just so sad. It was just like, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't realize this, whatever. And so, yeah, we're just gonna like work on it. I'm like, it does take practice. I know that. It took me a lot of time, but it takes like a lot of like self-awareness and
it takes like self-application. Like you can't just like think it. You have to like actually like try to apply it in like
exactly.
your day-to-day.
And I told him like how I do try to apply it when situations like that arise, and like how he could try, and so he needs to actually try. And I mean, he loves me. I just think he will.
Yeah, I think.
But
you will
also
too.
like
you have to hold him accountable to it.
for sure. But also like I don't know. Not everyone can change or wants to change. So just is what it is. Which is like fucked up. And now I'm talking about it on a podcast. I know. Oh, she loves her dad.
I know.
She's upset.
I know.
She was like such not a traitor though. She was like with me the whole time we were fighting. She's a girl boss, aren't you? So that was my last topic. That is quite a downer. I don't know if we should end on that. So yeah, once again, no idea how to transition out of that.
Guys, I'm so
Sometimes-
sorry.
Yeah, like sometimes the podcast is just funny and witty and upbeat, and sometimes it's just real and you have nothing to say.
Yeah.
But we are committed to this, and we're going to keep doing it every week, even if we have nothing to say and the episode sucks.
It's going to be so good. I'm excited.
I know. I can't wait for this episode to drop. Thank you
Thank
guys so much for watching.
Next
That's episode 5.
time you see me, I'll be 28.
Next time you see me, I'll be blonde. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week on Tuesday at some time. And everything is linked below. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And we love you guys.
I love you.
Thank you.
Peace and love.
It's going to be fine when we edit it.
Can I have your gun? Just kidding.
That's fucked up. You took it too far.